In the NBA, the game can change in an instant, but no matter how the action unfolds, you know DraftKings Sportsbook has your back. This week, new customers can score 150 instantly in bonus bets just for betting $5 on basketball. Win or lose, you get an instant dub.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Jenkins, Jenkins. Jenkins. New customers can get 150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on basketball. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Jenkins. The crown is yours. Welcome to Jenkins and Jonez on the Volume Podcast Network. It is Monday, December 11th, and we have got a great episode. The Lakers are world champions of the in-season. Shohei Ohtani is a Dodger. The Chiefs are the whiniest team in history. Panera is selling murder lemonade.
Bro, I don't know about this.
And my NJB Hornets team got a win today. So it's a great episode. You can't tell me shit for the whole episode. I probably just jinxed it. I'm going to have forgotten to hit my record button or something. But as always, Jenkins and Jonez is hosted by LeJethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
What's up, Bubbas?
Dragonfly Jones, a.k.a. Tyler.
Hey, everybody, have a good.
I'm Gardy B, a.k.a. Mike.
Motherfucking
Mike.
Produced as always by the lovely and talented Jackson Saffon.
What's up?
I'm real burpy today, y'all. I don't know why.
But you drinking your little honesty tea or whatever the fuck you on right now?
No free ads. Sorry, I forgot we have a YouTube. I can't hold it up. Okay.
No free ads.
I'm drinking my tea bottle. Drinking my unnamed unsweetened iced tea right now. YouTube.com/@JenkinsandJones if you want to see the products we are not advertising for free. Or you can see my DraftKings shirt that they sent. Thank you to our partners at DraftKings. They sent me a Los Angeles Lakers, the crown is yours t-shirt that I wore for the first ever in-season tournament championship game. The Los Angeles Lakers officially break the tie with the Boston Celtics. Bron moves one closer to Michael Jordan. History was made. Great game. Except for the officials. Lakers beat the Pacers. Fellas, what were your thoughts watching the game? And then take a swing at trying to contextualize, because none of us really know. What does this mean? Like, how will this be talked about? Will this be added to LeBron's war chest of honors that he's won? Like, where does this end up standing in the grand scheme of things?
I think perhaps my biggest takeaway from that game, and, with how well the Lakers executed, was those trade rumors out there though about Zach and DeMar. We might need to pump the brakes on those, bro. We got 2 months until the deadline, because the shit that they did last night with that core that they had, where you have all these 6'7", 6'8" athletic wings who are just swarming everywhere. Like Rui and Prince and D'Lo and those guys who are just handling the defense at the point of attack at the top of the key. And you had AD just being a force of nature on the back end, just, eating everything that came in the paint. It was like, it reminded me of the brand of basketball that they played when they won the chip in 2020. Like, that's what it reminded me of. And, of course, the whole, relentless attack of the paint that they had. Like, Bron didn't score a bucket outside of the paint the whole game, right? And, that was championship basketball that they played in 2020. And, that was my biggest takeaway from it. It's like we mentioned, this is the in-season tournament. Was these teams are playing in the playoff gear, right? Everyone is coming with their A game. It's not some in-season games that don't matter where people are mailing shit in. Guys are playing at their very best. And the shit that I saw from the Lakers, bro, like I thought that they don't have a chance of coming out the West. I still think that I'm still not all the way sold that they're gonna knock Denver out, right? I still need to see a bit more from the squad, but I'm coming around. And like I said, those trade rumors about how they're looking to get like guys like Zach and DeMar in there, I think we need to pump the brakes on that. They might have something here, man.
I mean, I get what you're saying. It did look great last night, but they were playing the Pacers. That's the number 8 team in the East. You feel me?
But who did they beat in this tournament, John?
I know, but listen,
they beat 4 of the 5 favorites before the season. Okay, all right. Okay, my fault.
So I do get it. I do get they did look good. You feel me? But we talking about Zach LaVine and DeMar. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I still think if we get a chance to get them, I think we should get it. I think we should take that chance. For me, I like what Bron said when Bron was saying like, hey, you can break records, but you can't. The first person to do it is the first person to do it. You know what I mean? He leaning a little bit. I'm not arguing with people. I don't argue about the GOAT shit, period, anymore. But if I did, I wouldn't throw this in there and get 8 alive. It's, we still ain't there yet. We don't, like you said, we don't know exactly what it means. But, I mean, I'm tallying it up on my side. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean anything I already thought he was the best player to ever play the game. But, yeah, I mean, I think it on my side, it looks good for his case. You know what I'm saying? If I'm looking at it, so
I agree, and again, like you said, you can only be the first person to do something once, right? Like no one else could ever be the first.
There's only one of those, yeah.
And I will count it absolutely. I'll sit down and
are you arguing with your friends?
I don't have any friends that are still arguing about LeBron not being the greatest.
When did you cross over? Because I know you were a Jordan guy for a little bit, right? Am I tripping?
I'm a Jordan guy. I mean, I still think like there will never be anything like Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
I had the Rare Air book. Like I told you I was eating Wheaties and drinking Gatorade for breakfast, bro. Like I was his
right. But basketball wise,
I mean, I think that first of all, like I identify with Bron on a different level because he and I are the same age.
Yeah.
And so seeing him grow up. No, I was a Bron guy pretty early just because of all the things he can do that MJ can't.
Okay.
And I think that matters. Like we argued on a previous pod about where does MJ's defense go in there. It's like for me, like Bron's passing and his rebounding has always been incredible.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a different caliber of athlete than I think we have seen anywhere.
And at his peak defensively, he should have won the Defensive Player of the Year. He got hold. You know what I'm saying? Like. So there's that as well. I mean, come on, man. You feel what I'm saying? So he got hold, you know what I mean? And I think like Jordan's career, I would say, all things considered, Jordan's career is better. You know what I mean? I think it's greater.
I think it's
greater. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
And who he battled with in the East and all that. But I'm saying we're talking about the best player, the most capable of being, I think that's Bron. And so, like, I get why people argue Jordan. That's why I don't think it's worth arguing because, I mean, there's cases go both ways. But when I'm talking about player, I'm looking at Bron. So, yeah.
But I'll make direct eye contact with Jackson and point out that while the Lakers and Celtics have the same number of NBA championships, the Lakers do have one additional championship, which is the in-season tournament championship. They're not going to hang a banner for it. I know the NBA wants them to hang a banner for it. They're not going to do it, but it was a championship. They did shoot confetti off. They did have kids put gold medals around the players' necks and then refuse to get off the stage because they were trying to get autographs from Bron and AD on their shirts, which is the funniest shit I've ever seen. As they should. Adam Silver had the nerve to turn around and go, "Kids, we got a ceremony we're trying to do here." And the kids are like,
"With all due respect, fuck what you talking about." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, Adam Silver. Yeah.
I mean, those two kids, dads or moms, delivered the correct message, which is no matter what that bald Nosferatu man tells you, you are never going to be this close to LeBron James again ever in your life. And they're not going to arrest you for stopping in front of him and asking for an autograph.
Get your issue.
But I want to go back to what John said about how, it's just the Pacers, bro. I think you're severely underselling the Pacers. They are the team with the highest pace in the league, the highest scoring team in the league. They, went through Boston and Milwaukee teams with Milwaukee still figures shit a bit out on the defense end, but Boston is a top 3 defense in the league. And and those defenses had no answer for Halliburton like these Lakers did, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I think that there's a lot to take from there because that's what you're going to need to do in the playoffs. You're going to go up against these elite guards. You're going to have to cut their water off. And granted, Halliburton still had a great game. 20 and 11.
20 and 11. Yeah,
20 and 11. But
he struggled that first half a little bit, though.
Yeah, he was struggling early. Like, he had 2 turnovers early. You know what I'm saying? After not having any in the last 2 games from Milwaukee and Boston. But yeah, like I said, man, I liked what I saw there. And like I said, I'm buying my stock on them being a legit contender now.
Who's a legit contender?
The Lakers.
Okay, yeah.
The Pacers going to make one of the big dogs sweat for about 6 games in that first round.
Right. But no, I think Tyler's exactly right because and look, if you're a Lakers fan, this is good news no matter what. Because at the worst, even if they do choose to make a trade, Cam Reddish, Vandy, these guys have upped their value by the way that they've played defense. But to see the way that Cam Reddish had Tyrese Halliburton running around in hell in the first quarter. I mean, that's what was exciting to me because of what Tyler said. You had the number one offense in the league versus the number one defense. In today's NBA, I was not 100% sure that the number one defense was going to win that matchup, but they shut them down enough. They held them. I think if it wasn't for one of those crazy buzzer beaters, they would in the third, they were going to hold them to under 20 points for the first time in like 10 games in a quarter. That's just how consistent their offense has been. And more importantly, and this is my next question, Anthony Davis, someone said, is something about neutral court championship opportunities for Anthony Davis turn him into a fucking Super Saiyan. 41 points on 16 of 24 shooting, 20 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 blocks. One of the most dominant performances of his career. And he did the Kobe face, bro. Come on.
And he fouled Miles Turner and made that motherfucker go to the locker room. That dude ain't even want to look at what happened to him anymore, bro. Like, he went straight to the locker. Like, it was just a masterclass from AD. Like, AD has that gear when it's like, bro, you could be the best basketball player in the world. Like, and you know, it's not something that, you know, it's just some one-off shit that, okay, this is just, you know, in-season tournament game. We've seen it in the playoffs too. That game he had against Golden State, game 1, when he had, 30 and 23 and like 5 blocks, 4 steals, 3 assists or something. Like, he went crazy that game too. And, you know, that's what we're going to need from AD. It's been stated so many fucking times, but we're going to need a series or two where AD is going to be the best player on that team if they for real have legit aspirations of winning a championship.
I mean, last year during the regular season, I think it was a 15-game stretch when he was going fucking crazy. It's just not. It's just he doesn't. The greats can do that consistently day in and day out. You know what I mean? Right. And he does it in periods throughout the season. We just hope he does it in the playoffs.
So that's my question to you guys as Lakers fans. Is I think we all agree that the Lakers are not winning a championship unless AD is much more consistent than he was last playoffs. Even if LeBron is their best player right now, what is your guys' confidence level that AD can put, and maybe not every single game, but like 4 out of 5, 3 out of 4 type of games.
A full playoff together where he's going crazy.
A full playoffs together, not 30 and 20 every night, but a full playoffs where he's dominating both ends of the floor enough to where the Lakers win a championship.
I mean, he's done it. He did it 2020. Like,
no, not that he can do it. That he can.
Will he? Yeah.
You're saying what's the confidence level that he will do it?
I mean, I still believe that because it looks so effortless for him when he's in that mode, right? Like, it looks like the shit just starts clicking for him. Like, he's just fucking Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind at that chalkboard once the game, you know, once he gets to that level. I think if he can stay healthy, I think that he can give that squad enough games to make them a legit contender. I think that he is the only big in the West that can make Jokic sweat, right? Like on these squads. So, I mean, I guess I'm feeling like I have no other choice but to believe that he can make it happen. Maybe I'm trying to convince myself, but
I don't think it's physical with him. I think it's mental.
Not at all. Yeah.
I think a dude that is as good as he when he's not playing good, it looks like he's not doing doesn't care. You feel me? It's not like he's working hard and not getting like. There's no way a guy as good as him should go a half without scoring. You know what I mean? Like in any game ever. You feel me? Like that should never happen. He is a God-tier athlete with God-tier skills. You feel me? So I think it's mental with him. And sometimes he's just not there mentally. And I can't predict that. So I'm not very confident as far as can he? Of course he could. But we don't decide that. You know what I mean? And when it's mental, that's more uncomfortable for me than physical, honestly.
I'm going to say that I am confident he will do that this year. And the reason why is actually not because of Anthony Davis. I think this in-season tournament, if you listened carefully and read the tea leaves on Darvin Ham's comments about LeBron, if you read my unsweetened tea leaves.
Silly.
Darvin Ham said, Bron decided that the Lakers were going to care about this tournament. That's what he said. He said, Bron set the tone for us that this was going to be our warm-up to see whether they were a championship caliber team. And let's be honest, Bron has high belief in Cam Reddish, but Bron believes in people, tries it out, and if it doesn't work, he's not stupid. He doesn't believe in him anymore. He believes that this team can play good enough defense to win an NBA championship. And he wanted to take it for a test drive and see what it looked like. Bron's belief keys everything in the Lakers. And that's not a knock on Anthony Davis. It's his personality. If Bron shows up to work every day and tells AD, you're going to go score 40 points tonight, that's AD's mentality every game. If Bron shows up and they're bullshitting before the game, you can almost Like you can see it. Bron has to remind him at halftime, come out in the second half and kill. But they had Bron mic'd up last night. He literally told him step by step, this is what I want you to do to Miles
crazy.
Turner. And he did the shit. So to me, it's clear if there's one knock against LeBron that I think is really valid, and it's true of cerebral athletes in every sport. He knows when he is not going to win. And he has been playing the long game since he was like 20 years old, bro. And when he knew last year, I'm hurt, we're cooked, we can't win when my foot is like this, you could see it in everything that he was doing. You could see the fatigue and the frustration. This year, what was the last time we saw Bron this motivated? 2020, because he believed that team was going to win a championship from day one. So that's the key with AD to me. And you could just see it in everything Bron is doing, that he believes in this team. You can see it in the way he's yelling at guys, correcting them on defense when they're up by 25 points in the fourth quarter, trying to make sure that every little detail is screwed in.
So you believe even more than physical, his mental approach is what's changing this team.
So the whole thing to me is LeBron's health, LeBron and AD's health, and that's always been what it is. But I do think it's clear Bron has already pushed the chips in. I feel that all the way, 100%. He thinks this is the year for championship number 5. Or if you count the in-season tournament, championship number 6.
What Tyler said, though, speaks to what you're saying as well, where, like, you know, the approach was like 2020. You know what I mean? Where we're going to win chips the hard way. You feel me? We're going to play fucking incredible defense, and we're going to bang it in the fucking post.
They made
like
2 3-pointers in the whole game, and they were in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
What's the last time a team won a game like that?
Yeah. Austin Reeves, like, he just, like, the way he approaches it. I'm wondering when is he not going to be him? It kind of seems like he's better than he should be to me. But then when I'm seeing him approach, like, dude, the buckets he gets, he finds ways to get wide open. He's so good with drawing contact. You know what I'm saying? Contact.
Yeah. Yes.
And also, like, stopping on a dime. Like it's anyway. But he looked great too. So, I mean, these are what we saw, regardless of who scored what, was repeatable as a motherfucker. And I will say that. But like I said,
I totally agree with that.
I'd be more confident if it was the Bucks. Even though, you know what I'm saying? I'd be more confident if it was.
Of course.
But I see exactly what you guys are saying, and I'm inclined to agree. You feel me? So. But also, one thing that was interesting about Bron that makes me realize how just intelligent he is. We all know to attack, you know, guys at the chest when you go into the bucket, right? But it's so like I've done it for the whole time playing, but I didn't know why. I knew I was going to the free throw line, I was getting a bucket, one of the two. I wasn't leaving out the paint butt naked if I attacked the chest. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know it takes away the guy's height. Like, it's something, I was like, oh, shit.
Just the way he phrased it.
The way he phrased it, he's like, yeah, it takes away his height if you go at his chest. God damn, nigga,
He's
obviously.
saying that to one of the best center, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
I mean, he makes it make sense. Like, you know to go at the chest. You know that, right? But now, if I heard that, I'd feel stupid for not going at the chest. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know you coaches have told me, go at the chest, go right at him, you know what I mean? Like, but they don't give you the reasoning why. Bron broke it down to the point where, look, if you don't do that, you're dumb. Like, go at the chest, take away his benefit, which is his height, his length. You feel me? And that's why I'm doing it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I know Bron will never coach. He won't coach. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's no incentive for him to do it.
No incentive, but man, that fucking brain, dog. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully his children will benefit from it. But
yeah. Did you see after the game, maybe his best pass tonight? Did you see Bron a hat to AD, the championship hat to him?
Like he was the only person in the world who wasn't surprised that he did that. You know what I'm saying? Fucking AD was 50 feet away from him. He perfectly threw a fucking hat at him. Hit him right in the chest, right in the fucking numbers, dog.
Yeah, behind him.
Yeah, it was
crazy. I tweeted that he's it's like we all thought, like when you would watch like superhero stuff when you were a kid. He's like a superhero, like a Kryptonian or a Viltrumite or whatever, who's like, if I just let 1% out, I could be the greatest athlete of all time. It just feels like that. And I wanted to make a comment because I tweeted that and I got the dick writing brigade was out. And I just want to say shout out to the people who sit on Twitter and wait to see someone make a comment about an athlete or an artist that they're a fan of so that they can say, oh, you're dick writing. Like you're really on Twitter obsessed with dick writing. You are dick writing my dick writing.
You're dick writing, dick writing.
Dick writing.
Bro, that's crazy.
Fuck, motherfuckers on Twitter be too cool to appreciate shit. Fuck them, bro.
Who dick rides the dick writers? All right. This is going to be the longest baseball segment we probably ever do on the Jenkins and Jonez podcast.
I didn't want to say this to you. Congratulations. You were
Thank you.
truly emotional. And I was surprised when you told me sad. When you said that was emotional. Niggas don't be telling niggas they sad. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, he really feeling this shit. You know what I'm saying? You were vulnerable, and I'm happy that you got what you wanted. Congratulations to you and your family. I know Vinny was fucking elated.
They tried to tell us, John and Tyler, that one of the greatest baseball players in the world wanted to be a Canadian, bro. He wanted to
bad city though, but I hear where you.
He wanted to eat poutine and fucking. They said on Canada, you know, you can't even go 10 kilometers in Los Angeles with all the traffic.
You're the only country still using that damn
standard
non-metric ass system.
But I mean, the
literally
standard
using feet, like you know what I'm saying. Feet really come from feet, bro. Like,
wait, so
yes,
that is so ridiculous.
Shohei Ohtani is a Dodger, 10 years, $700 million American dollars. Take your kids out of basketball, parents.
I mean, Ohtani's a different type of motherfucker.
Mookie Betts only 5'7".
Okay, there we go.
There's
That's
no
true.
5'7" NBA
He got a
players.
half a bill, didn't he? Or he got close to it, didn't he? Something like that.
But what's
Lord
crazy is
Jesus.
someone pointed this out. Every NFL running back, the length of their contract combined is worth less than Shohei Ohtani just signed to the Dodgers for.
that's insane.
With one contract, I think he just hit double Bron's career earnings in the NBA.
Bro, somebody I think it was Josiah that posted this. He posted a meme, obviously. And he put there was the Malcolm X meme with Denzel. That brother's starving. Shohei looking at Bron's looking at Bron's, bank account. That brother's starving. Bro, that's I can't comprehend 700 M's for 10 years of anything. But congratulations to that man. Jesus Christ. Bro, that's more than they paying them them oil money motherfuckers paying the golfers, bro.
Right.
I think they offered Tiger, who's like one of one.
half.
800. They offer 800 mil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Shohei for 10 years gets crazy. But anyway.
Yeah.
You're right. The amount of money it does, it just kind of boggles the mind. He also suggested to the Dodgers that they defer more than half of the contract so that they could not have a cash flow issue that would prevent them from putting as much talent around him as possible. Which is, with inflation and everything, he's effectively undercutting the value of his own contract in order to have a higher chance of winning championships. Now, I know at $700 million, you could play around with $50 million in future earning value there.
You can move a little here and there, my brother. You know what I mean? For a chip. Yeah.
Also, another new annoying type of blue check reply guy on Elon Musk's Twitter is the, with California taxes,
that fucking guy.
the earnings are actually, everybody
y'all?
said this shit.
Okay,
Everyone is on there saying it. And I just
like
have to say,
350.
like,
Motherfuckers
like,
broke
how
out the
they-
notes app and shit with the breakdown.
Yeah.
Just being real dorks, dog.
I haven't seen anyone make this point. Are these people under the impression that rich people pay the sticker price on their taxes, dog?
But can they avoid?
Yes.
Yes.
You know how many pro athletes have established residency in Florida, bro,
But
for that
also-
exact reason? Like,
but
that
also,
shit's so easy.
There's some. I'm not going to use that term because that could get me in trouble. So we're going to move on. It's a tax term that I shouldn't be using.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
chat.
I'm just saying, like, first of all, pro athletes, like, your tax, and this is why, if you know pro athletes, this is why they have firms of accountants. Every game you play, you're taxed at the rate of whatever state it takes place in. So I saw people doing this too. The
Oh,
Lakers aren't
really?
really getting $500,000 from the in-season tournament because California is going to take $300,000 of it. No, they were in Nevada. There's
They
zero
got paid
state,
in Vegas.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
state income tax in Nevada.
Wow. I
But
didn't know they got taxed where they were playing a game.
Yes, that's why, like, especially baseball players, where you have 160 games, like, you really have to have like multiple accountants because you have to file a state income tax return in every single state that you played in for the earnings that you played. For the games that you played in that state. Like, it's incredibly complicated. It's also why they all establish residency in Florida, where there is no state income tax. You have to go there for 30 days a year, whatever the fuck it is. And then they just come back to California, or, whatever.
How do you like when Canada, like how does that work?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I Googled
Fuck
it.
if I know.
I Googled
Right,
it.
yeah.
I Googled it last
Right. We need to call somebody,
I
brother.
Googled it last episode.
You
They're taxed.
said what?
I Googled it last episode.
Okay.
They're taxed just like I think from what my loose Googling is they are taxed by the region in Canada, and their income tax much like that was their state of origin.
Okay.
So some teams it was on like r/Winnipeg Jets or something. So like some parts of Canada, much like some parts of America, have no income tax, no provincial income tax, and some parts have really high provincial income tax. So it's like the people, like the hockey players who play for the Jets versus the ones who play for the Flames have drastically different tax situations, much like California versus Texas.
And Canada and like every other country, their tax situation, y'all know the reason that they don't just tell us how much we owe in taxes is because there was the lobby of like TurboTax and H&R Block convinced the government like, no, let these motherfuckers come to us to figure it out for them. Like most countries, they just tell you, oh, you're making this amount, you owe this in taxes, pay it. They can see very easily if you didn't. The reason in America we can sit down here and come up with 9,000 exemptions and all this other shit is literally just to keep the tax preparation industry afloat.
But why? Like, what real reason is it for?
Because
it to
our
exist?
politicians can be bought. Surprise, surprise.
Money talks.
Okay,
That's the
okay.
reason.
Because H&R Blocks and TurboTax have more lobbying dollars than you and I, the three of us have. All right. Also in basketball news today, Long Beach State beat USC in front of a sold-out Galen Center crowd in front of LeBron James because Bronny made his return to the court after the heart issue that he had. I think he had 4 points, but genuinely very heartwarming to see him back on the court. We had a writer there covering the game since Long Beach State was playing, and as she said, it was like one of the most moving sports things she's ever seen. It was a standing ovation when he checked in. Bron and Savannah are filming him walking in. Bron's obviously spoken very openly about how scary it is when your kid goes through something like that and how blessed they all feel that Bronny's able to keep playing. But very happy to see him back on his feet and glad that we had a non-shithead sports fan moment where everyone was able to just appreciate and show the kid love that he was able to get back on the court, because that's the shit that's bigger than dumbasses on Twitter and stuff like that. So I was very happy to see that.
What a weekend for Bron, man. Made 500 racks in Vegas, wins the tournament, then go see his firstborn playing D1 ball. Can't beat that, man.
Yeah, down the street from the crib too. You know what I mean? Again, it's like people, say whatever about he might go somewhere else. It's like he's got it set up. He lined everything up exactly right. Tyler, I know your NFC East hater heart loves seeing the Cowboys absolutely beat the dog shit out of the Eagles tonight and knock the Eagles out of that 1 seed. As a Niners fan, I appreciate the 1 seed opening up, but I wish we should have had Chelsea on tonight, because I know Chelsea's going fucking crazy on Twitter.
Yeah. She turned up right now.
That's the only Cowboys fan that I like. That I'm happy. Even my friends who are Cowboys fans, I'm not happy when they're happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I take a lot of joy in seeing my Cowboy friend homies going through being miserable. It's one of my favorite things. Yes. I hop in those texts being annoying as fuck when I know that they're going through it, dog. It's one of my favorite joys.
Did you have money on the game? How much?
Yeah.
How sad are you? Tell me. Describe it in great detail. All right, let's talk about. John, you said you hadn't heard about this lemonade from Panera, bro?
No, I haven't heard. No.
Jackson, Tyler, you guys heard about this?
Is this lemonade in general or this Panera lemonade?
It's caffeinated lemonade that's
Panera
extremely caffeinated. Has killed 2 people now, right?
You
yes.
lying. So it's on the, what's that shit that motherfuckers drinking? the beer.
It was like a Four Loko. It was
Four
like an
Loko
Incredible
shit?
Hulk. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, it has claimed a second victim, but it is like super, super caffeinated lemonade. I don't remember what the I don't know milligrams of caffeine, but I know it was the equivalent of doing like some ludicrous number of espresso shots back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Like it was insane. And people were talking about like when the first person died, people were talking about like, yeah, I would drink that pick me up lemonade and I would just be shaking all day. And I like wouldn't know why. And then I stopped drinking it. And I realized that. But like, how do you serve lemonade that is killing people? That is truly remarkable.
That's some motherfucking Jim Jones shit right there. Like the fuck, But I saw this tweet from user D_LA_Reina, and it says a Red Bull only has 111 milligrams of caffeine. Monster has 86. Those Panera Teas have 390 milligrams, and they're being advertised as plant-based and like regular coffee on their website. They deserve to be sued. I'm sorry. I'm glad she brought it home with that. But yeah, that's wild as fuck. Like it should have been yanked. It should have been yanked out to the first death beyond it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we still here?
They got 3.5 times as much caffeine as a fucking Red Bull, bro.
John used to be a crack addict and drink Celsius. It has double.
Until my brain exploded.
And it has double the amount that a Celsius has. A Celsius has 200 milligrams.
Sheesh.
Y'all know what that Celsius did to me.
Yeah.
Shit, I had
And
to
this
sit
has
out for a few
400.
days.
It has twice
Bro,
as much caffeine, bro.
I remember working at Best Buy, and it was like Black Friday. I drank 2 Red Bulls, and I was on like the cherry picker, like moving. This was like 6 a.m. on a cherry picker, moving a fucking TV down from the top shit. And I remember just fucking, and I was like, I tried to remain calm, like I wasn't losing my shit. Gave him the TV. I had to go back to the back room and sit for like 20 minutes just to calm myself. Bro, I couldn't imagine just drinking that shit regularly, bro. You feel me? And lying and talking about it's natural. Like, it's lemonade. You're not supposed to have that much shit in there.
Yeah.
Dangerous
Didn't that Celsius give you the didn't that give you the Ava Divine?
shit. Okay, explain this joke to me.
Oh, no.
Please.
You're
Ava
a family
Divine?
show.
No, what happened? Oh, what are we talking about, brother? The Ava
We are a
Divine? I'm not
family
familiar.
show.
Didn't that have some of your insides, turned inside out, bro? Wasn't it? It was fucking your stomach up real bad, wasn't it?
Oh no, it wasn't that. I tweaked out. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what it did to me. It didn't. It had
okay.
to have me shit. No, I gotta know about this Ava Divine shit. Though. I'm not familiar.
No.
What did that go? I'm gonna look it up right quick.
No.
I also
Don't look it
had
up.
to Google.
No, don't Google it.
It was a mistake to Google. It was a mistake.
Damn.
She put it back in, bro. Like
She put her butt back in. Her
Yes.
anal, her
booty hole
intestines
popped
fell
out.
out.
It popped out,
Her
and she
booty
just-
hole fell
she just
out.
popped it back
and she
in,
had to
dog.
boop. So okay. How did I can assume how it happened.
It's like a pro athlete, like a football player just hits his shoulder on the wall to put the shoulder back in. You know what I mean? Like,
But
that's
was
just a
this
professional
filmed?
athlete.
Did you see film of this?
Yes, of course. That's how we all know. This isn't an urban legend. I'm
You
telling
think
y'all.
Tyler and I read
There's
about this in
footage.
the New Yorker,
Right?
bro?
Yeah. Right?
I thought this was a joke that was spread amongst homies.
No.
Or maybe something that was reported, somewhere, or a story that was told. I didn't know there was footage.
Woj tweeted
of her
about
booty.
tweeted about the injury on the ticker tape.
Able to be on the injured reserve, booty hole, done fell out. I didn't know that anybody would. Well, it's not like it's live. This is recorded. They had to cut a couple copies of these and sell these because she's older. She's not, recent. This
She
is
ain't no
like,
spring chicken. Yeah.
This is before Pornhub. You know what I'm saying? Like DVDs were made of her booty hole falling out. I didn't think anybody would do that. You know what I mean? How did we get here? I didn't know about Ava Divine. I didn't want to know about her either.
Talking about Panera Lemonade. That's how we got there.
They got us the booty holes falling out.
Well, I guess we learned something about Tyler and I relative to John and Jackson today.
I do feel like that was a big Twitter thing. I feel like you and I are way
was.
more online than John and Jackson.
Yes, at least when it comes to
Pornography, booty holes falling out of booties.
That shit went mainstream. We weren't in the shadows of like horny Twitter. That shit went mainstream with everybody a few years back, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, y'all sleeping.
Yeah, y'all was sleep on the booty hole dialogue. We was in them streets. We was in them streets looking at that booty hole footage.
My apologies to we have a great demographic of like very sweet ladies who are later in life who listen to the show. I apologize for that reference. All right, moving on. Ironically, to our final segment, Dookie Butt of the Week.
I think mine's ain't for mine, bro. I think I got
literally right?
Her literal dookie butt fell out of her butt, bro. That's my dookie butt of the week. I think it should be all of ours, honestly.
No.
That's where I'm leaning in. Okay. Go ahead.
No, that's it, John. Okay, that's a good one for John Jackson. Who's your dookie butt of the week?
Oh my god, dude, that is so funny. Mine is
yourself for being the producer of this podcast.
Maybe.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. Only one
and putting
show.
yourself on camera while we're talking
Going
about
from
this
Panera
shit.
to that, and it's this one. It's this show. My Dookie Butt of the week is Buffalo Bills coach Sean McDermott. This is last week. This happened last week. I know the Bills won a game today, but this past week, Sean McDermott really tried to fire up his boys, fire up his squad, and was trying to get them to band together. And to do so, he compared them to the 9/11 terrorists.
Oh, what the fuck?
Not a joke. He did
Not
it
a joke.
seriously. No, this is not a joke. He was not joking. He was doing it earnestly and reportedly asked a rookie a question like, what do you think their biggest obstacle was in trying to execute this plan? And the rookie like stammered through it, like, what the fuck am I supposed to say to that? And thankfully, a veteran chimed in and was like, it was TSA, like lighten the mood a little bit. Like, what the hell is Sean McDermott doing?
It's a tough look as a head football coach of a team in New York. Also, like, I mean, not that it's like less fucked up in Seattle, but like it's like you're literally like the Buffalo Bills. Since the Jets and the Giants are in New Jersey, you're the only NFL team in the state of New York being like, who really had their shit together?
Football coaches, bro. Different breed, man.
Hey, man, I've heard here was my reaction to that story, Jackson. I have heard football coaches. I mean, just as a writer, you have to admire the creativity in their analogies because, like, I've heard people talk about a pulling guard and describe the atomic bombs that like were maybe the worst things that humanity's ever done. And it's like, you're just trying to get some 17-year-old kid to pull. And so you're talking about Hiroshima. You know what I mean? It's just like the analogies are just like, or, they'll talk about like the Marines and stuff like that. It's like, this is a high school football game. This is a college football game. You do not actually need to invoke going to war for this. Like, I do understand the analogy. I do appreciate how easy it is to motivate teenagers and people in their early 20s with this rhetoric. But maybe we leave the 9/11 attackers out of the fucking pregame fucking cut-ups.
It's absolute madness from Sean McDermott. Absolute madness from Sean McDermott.
Tyler, your Dookie Butt of the week.
I'm going with the naysayers who we knew were just gonna have the most unoriginal shit about if Bron won this in-season tournament. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, and my whole thing is I will never tell people to stop hating, right? I am a certified hater myself. I understand what comes with the territory.
You're a hate appreciator.
Yeah, I'm a hater appreciator. I just want original hating. We knew what they were going to say about this before they said it. We knew it was going to be, a Mickey Mouse ring and a Vegas championship. Good for him. We knew that was going to be the material, bro. Like, and my whole shit is like, bro, whenever I'm hating, I try to bring something new to the discussion. I try to explore new frontiers. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I just, like I said, I'm not telling anyone to not hate because I think that a great part of sports is hatred because that's something that's extremely fulfilling as a sports fan when someone who you're rooting for, a team you're rooting for, shuts everybody the fuck up, right? That's one of the best feelings. So I'm not anti-hate. I just want motherfuckers to be more original, dog.
I fully respect that. And you're correct. I've never seen you hate in an unoriginal way. Yeah. That's what makes you you. That's what makes
Thank
you.
you. I take a lot of pride in my hating.
That's what makes your execution comparable to the 9/11 terror.
Gotta think outside the box.
My Dookie Butt of the week is Kadarius Toney and the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if y'all saw this, but the
Yes.
Chiefs and Bills had a great old football game today. The Chiefs had what would have been a almost 50-yard go-ahead touchdown with less than a minute and a half left, negated because their receiver was lined up a full yard ahead of where he was supposed to be. The Chiefs very angry that he was not given a warning by the referee ahead of time, and that their touchdown, which was a great play, was negated to the extent that Pat Mahomes said to the Bills quarterback in the postgame, "That's the worst fucking call I've ever seen." And then their head coach and Patrick Mahomes, both of whom I'm big fans of, proceeded to get up in a press conference and complain about this. And look, Tyler, did you see the referee statement?
No, I didn't see that.
So in the NFL, the way they do it is you get a one pool reporter gets to interview the head official. And they asked him, and I think we may have hit a new frontier for officiating, which is this. One of the reasons I think everyone agrees that they don't like refs is that the institutional authority that referees carried that meant a lot in America and the rest of the world from like the 50s through the 90s or something, it doesn't mean anything anymore. What everyone wants now is trolls and people who talk shit back, right? So this referee, when asked about it, said, yes, sometimes you'll give a player a warning. If the player checks with the official, we'll always tell him you're off, right? You got to step back or whatever. He said, we are not required to do that, especially when the player is lined up so far off sides that we cannot even see the football. So that was his response to the question.
A yard is an insanely large amount of distance to be outside. But our brains are wired to think of football in increments of just yards and think a yard isn't
That's
a big
3
deal.
feet.
That's 3 fucking feet.
It's a lot.
That's a 4-year-old, bro. You know what I mean? Like, like he was out there wilding.
Yeah, and I mean, I watched the play. He lined up really far, and it's true. Like, if receivers frequently will look over at refs, point at the ref. Am I on? Okay, cool, I'm on. But like, he's lined up so far past where the rest of his teammates who are on the ball are lined up that to complain about it just basically because you thought the play was too cool for them to call a basic procedural, like, it's crazy to me.
It was a cool play.
It was a super cool play, but again, like, but I just want to salute to the referee. I understand why we can't get into a thing where like officials are regularly talking shit back, but imagine if after someone flopped and didn't get the call, the referee on the challenge just leaned in and said, that was the worst bullshit I've ever seen. Like, he wasn't even close to getting you know what I mean? Like, if they could actually defend themselves, if they could actually talk some shit back, like, what, you want me to tell this dude he's offside? Does he have fucking eyeballs? He's lined up 3 feet ahead of where he's supposed to be.
He is looking back at his offensive line. Right?
You want me to tell a professional football player he's not allowed to line up there? Like, what? Like, I love seeing that from an official. I kind of hope we get a little bit more spice coming out of those pool interviews. All right. That's all the time we got. We will be back on Thursday with our next regular episode, and we will see y'all then. Bye.
Bye.